Well, good afternoon, Michiganders. It is Tuesday, January 4, 2022. And as always, this is Tuesday with Tom, Michigan's only weekly internet show where we do answer your questions about estate planning and estate settlement in Michigan, and we don't send you a bill. I'm your host, Tom Doyle, estate planning attorney, lifelong Michigan resident, and an ambassador for all things good in this great state of Michigan. Welcome, welcome, welcome to today's program. Last week's episode, we normally talk a lot about putting our estates together and our estate plan and passing on an inheritance to our loved ones. Last week's topic was planning to receive an inheritance. If you think or you expect that you are going to be receiving an inheritance from somebody else, I encourage you to listen to last week's episode. Today we're going to talk about something that many of you don't oftentimes think about. Perhaps you've got land, you've put a modular home or a manufactured home on the land. Question: is your modular or manufactured home affixed to your land? But please remember, what I'm about to discuss today is, as always, for educational purposes only. It is not intended to be legal advice. You need to work with your attorney to determine what is appropriate for you and your estate plan. Is your modular or manufactured home affixed to your land? Let's say that you go out and buy a piece of vacant property and you build a home on that piece of vacant property. Automatically, once you've built that home on that property, if you then sell the property, that home goes with it. You don't get a separate title for the home that you built on your property. That is different, though, than with a modular or manufactured home. Modular or manufactured homes actually have a separate title for them. That was legislation that was enacted back in 1987 in the state of Michigan, where a title similar to an automobile title is required for selling a modular or manufactured home. So question: let's say you've got that empty land, vacant land, and you move a modular or manufactured home onto that land. Does that modular or manufactured home automatically now go to a buyer of that real estate? And the short answer is it might not. Why? Because again, that modular or manufactured home has a separate title. And according to the statute, that modular or manufactured home can't be sold unless the certificate of title for the modular or manufactured home is properly executed. Similar to selling a car. You fill out the title, and that completes the transfer. So, in order to transfer or assign an interest in that modular manufactured home, there has to be an assignment of that title and payment of a fee, and then the new owner would get a new title to that modular or manufactured home. Now, fortunately, there's a workaround, if you will. That workaround is what's called an affidavit of affixture. That's AFFIXTURE. Affidavit of affixture that gets filed with the state of Michigan. If you complete and file that affidavit of fixture with the state of Michigan, Similar to a car, but there is a way to check. There's a website that you can go to that would be mhaa.apps.lara.state.mi.us, and you can perform a search at that website by using the serial number for the modular manufactured home to find out if an affidavit of a fixture had been filed with the state of Michigan. So obviously in that case, you need at least part of the serial number, and you're going to need the last name of the primary owner in order to do that search. Let's say, though, that you put the modular manufactured home on the property yourself, and you want to process that affidavit of a fixture. Again, you can download the form from the internet. You can then send it into the Michigan Department of License and Regulatory Affairs. You're going to require, in order to do that, not just the affidavit, you're going to need the original title to the manufactured home. That's to be affixed. And if you don't have one, then you're going to have to request a duplicate title from the Secretary of State. You're going to need, obviously, the legal description of the property that the manufactured home is to be affixed to. That's going to be in the deed that you have for the real estate. And you're going to have to pay the fee to the state of Michigan. Now, if you have any secured creditors that have liens against the mobile home, that information is going to have to be provided as well with that documentation that's provided to the state of Michigan. I apologize today. I've got a little bit of a head cold going on today. But that's what you're going to have to do to file the affidavit of a fixture to the state of Michigan. Now, let's say that process wasn't filed. Okay, let's say you bought land. It's got a modular mobile home on it. The affidavit of a fixture wasn't done, and maybe you can't locate the necessary information that you need in order to file the affidavit. Well, you as a new property owner could file what's called a quiet title action. That's basically a lawsuit that gets filed in the state of Michigan, and you're looking for an order from a judge to confirm that, in fact, now that modular or manufactured home is part of the land that you received title to when you received title to the land. So there's a process. It's going to be an expensive one, certainly because you're going to have to hire an attorney in order to do that. But there is a process available for that to be done. There was another amendment to the statute that provided that the modular or manufactured home would be considered to be affixed to real property when the wheels, towing hitches, and running gear are removed and the modular manufactured home is attached to a foundation or other support system. So there are other ways to establish, if you will, that modular manufactured home is part and parcel of the property when you sell it. But the bottom line is you need to make sure that when you buy land and it has a modular manufactured home on it, and you're expecting that you're going to receive the title to that home on the land, you need to make sure that things have been done appropriately for you to receive that title. If that's something that Amanda and I could help you out with, filing the affidavit or filing action for quiet title, reach out to us and we'll be happy to consult with you about that. Well, I think that's going to have to be it for today's discussion. My head cold is kind of acting up here a little bit, and I don't want to keep interrupting the program with my coughing, but just keep in mind that Amanda and I, of course, would be honored to have the opportunity to help you protect your loved ones by putting together a estate plan or amending your current plan or assisting you in settling estate. All of that information can be found out at our website, doylelawpc.com. And as always, if you have a comment about the program, a topic that you'd like to have me discuss, questions that you'd like to have answered, send me an email, tom@tuesdaywithtom.com, or mail me a postcard. That would be P.O. Box 16066, Lansing, Michigan, 48901. Tuesday with Tom has been brought to you by the estate planning attorneys at Doyle Law PC. To learn how we can help you with your estate plan or with settling a loved one's estate, please call us today at 517-323-7366. That's 517-323-7366.